If Earth suddenly stopped spinning, everything on the surface of the planet would be thrown into chaos in a matter of seconds. The ground beneath our feet would come to a halt, but everything else would keep moving. Right now, Earth is spinning at incredible speeds. At the equator, the surface of the planet moves at about 1,000 miles per hour. We don't feel this motion because everything around us, the air, the oceans, the land, is moving with the planet at the same speed. But imagine that rotation suddenly stopped. At the exact moment Earth's spin halted. Everything not firmly anchored to bedrock would continue moving eastward at the speed the planet had been rotating. Cars, buildings, trees, and even people would be hurled sideways across the landscape. The air itself would keep moving too, creating winds far stronger than any hurricane humanity has ever experienced. Across the planet, violent supersonic winds could sweep across continents. Cities would be battered by air currents moving at hundreds of miles per hour. But the chaos wouldn't stop with the atmosphere. The oceans would also continue moving, because water is not rigidly attached to the planet's surface. Massive volumes of ocean water would surge eastward, creating enormous mega-tsunamis that could sweep across coastlines and continents. Entire coastal regions could be submerged as walls of water hundreds of feet high move across the land. Within minutes, large parts of Earth's surface could be experiencing devastating storms, floods, and destruction caused by the sudden loss of rotation. But after the initial violence subsided, an even stranger new world would begin to emerge. Without Earth spinning, the length of a day would change dramatically. Right now, the planet completes one full rotation every 24 hours. This is why we experience a daily cycle of day and night. But if Earth stopped spinning, one side of the planet would permanently face the sun, while the other side would remain in darkness. Instead of a 24-hour day, Earth would effectively experience a year-long cycle. The side facing the sun would endure continuous daylight for months, while the opposite side would experience long, freezing darkness. Temperatures on the sunlit side could climb dramatically. Without nighttime cooling, large regions could become scorching hot deserts. Meanwhile, the dark side of the planet could grow bitterly cold. With no sunlight for months at a time, temperatures might plunge far below freezing. This extreme temperature difference could create powerful global wind systems as hot air rises on the sunlit side and cold air sinks on the dark side. Another major change would involve Earth's oceans. Today, Earth's rotation causes the oceans to bulge slightly around the equator due to centrifugal force. This bulging effect helps distribute ocean water relatively evenly across the planet. But without rotation, that bulge would disappear. Water from the equatorial regions could begin migrating toward the poles. Over time, large portions of the equator might become exposed land, while vast oceans could accumulate closer to the polar regions. This redistribution of water would dramatically reshape Earth's geography. Some regions that are currently underwater might emerge as new land, while other regions could become permanently flooded. Earth's magnetic field and atmosphere would likely remain intact, but weather systems would behave very differently, without the familiar rotation-driven forces that shape modern storms and ocean currents. The planet's climate patterns would change dramatically. Even the movement of clouds and rainfall could shift in unpredictable ways. Life on Earth would face enormous challenges adapting to such a world. Plants and animals are deeply connected to the daily rhythm of sunlight and darkness. A planet where the sun never sets or never rises would force ecosystems to evolve new survival strategies. Some species might migrate toward the narrow regions between the permanently lit and permanently dark sides of the planet. These twilight zones could offer more moderate temperatures and stable conditions. For humans, surviving on a non-rotating Earth would require major adjustments as well. Agriculture, transportation, and infrastructure would all need to adapt to the new climate patterns. Yet despite the extreme changes, Earth itself would remain a stable planet orbiting the Sun. Gravity would still hold us to the surface. The atmosphere would still surround the planet. Oceans would still exist, just redistributed across the globe. In many ways, life might eventually find ways to adapt, but the world we know today, with its predictable day and night cycles, familiar weather patterns, and stable coastlines, would be gone. Earth's rotation may feel invisible to us, but it quietly shapes nearly every aspect of our planet's environment. It controls our days and nights, influences our weather, guides ocean currents, and helps regulate global climate systems. Without it, our planet would become a vastly different place. So the next time you watch the sun rise in the morning or set in the evening, remember something remarkable. That simple daily rhythm exists because our planet is spinning through space at incredible speeds, silently carrying all of us along for the ride. And if that motion ever stopped, the world would never look the same again.